I guess selective hearing is a worse issue than I originally thought. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer.
Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged.
I heard my door open and I looked over and someone was wearing a ski mask and had a knife.
Do you know if they would be taller or shorter than
They
me?
were shorter than you.
Oh, okay.
They would probably come to about like maybe here on you.
Oh, okay, so pretty short.
Yeah, they were pretty short. That's the one thing I noticed.
Okay.
It almost makes me think that somebody was specifically targeting that person.
Okay, so a few days ago, I had to come out and do a video clearing up what some actual lawyer is trying to claim in the Idaho 4 case when it comes to them not understanding the context clues in the documents that are very easy to understand. Now I'm having to come out and clear up this ridiculousness that Plunder has now put out into the ether from the worst source she possibly could. I'm not understanding exactly what is going on here, or how she's able to just come out and put this crap out here without having any sort of guilty conscience after she presses post, because like seriously, come on, bro. Now, most of you guys have seen this, like I mentioned, but this is what it looks like. It's on the thumbnail of my own video, so I'm not clickbaiting anything. I am going to be reacting to what this person is now claiming. Now, yes, there's documentation and a body cam footage attachment to what this person is claiming, but it's like they're forgetting to listen. It's like they're choosing whatever they want to keep in their brain for the narrative that they want to then regurgitate to their audience without actually paying attention or repeating the true facts. And whenever they do repeat the facts, they say it in a way that it kind of just like melds into the conversation so that you don't really pick up on what's actually being said, but that's how they want their narrative to come across. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys off the bat that there's no way in hell that Bryan Kohberger could even be a person of interest in this case, because there's nothing that shows that he was in the area. And the way that Plunder brings this story out, talking about how close it was to Bryan Kohberger's apartment.
To a house rather, that was only a 6-minute drive away from where Bryan Kohberger once lived at Washington State University on their campus in apartment G201. I've been doing my research today.
And how WSU was right there, and he didn't just like snap his fingers and show up at WSU, that he had to have decided that that's where he was going to go, and he probably visited the campus. I mean, like, duh, right? That's normally what somebody does before they start a college.
Even though police had their, hackles up like, okay, Kohberger could have really been in Washington. We know he already had his eyes on WSU. We know he had been emailing. We know he had wanted to get on the Pullman Police Department force. He wanted to be an intern. He wanted to do all this stuff. We don't know how soon Kohberger started looking out west.
But what makes me the most upset about this, besides the fact that this is what is said about the assailant.
They would probably come to about like maybe here on you.
Oh, okay, so pretty short.
Yeah, they were pretty short. That's the one thing I noticed. Yeah, they were pretty short. Yeah, they were pretty short.
I mean, seriously? The cop is saying the dude must be short. Bryan Kohberger is well over 6 feet tall. No one in their right mind, even a blind person, would describe Bryan Kohberger as being short. Now, in the first portion of the PDFs that Plunder puts the text over the screen, it says, although Kohberger would not have been residing in Pullman during the time of the crime, this police officer that was investigating this said that they received information that WSU's criminal justice and criminology departments may have had an on-campus event that graduate students like Bryan Kohberger may have attended. Not proof of an event, not proof of an event that Bryan Kohberger actually did attend. Just that one might have happened. Well, whenever the law enforcement agency reached out to WSU and asked them if around the time of this ridiculous body cam footage crime happening, granted, scary situation, but the fact that this is even having to be talked about right now is so ridiculous. Anyway, they sent a message over to WSU to ask if there was any events, and guess what? No, there wasn't any. And they had no idea if Bryan Kohberger had come to the area or not because there was no events and nothing that he was scheduled for around the time of that crime. Even though this is attached to this documentation, this evidence, this boo-boo, this narrative is being presented as if this was not Bryan Kohberger's first time entering a house with a mask on and wielding a knife and trying to attack 4 people in a home. Oh my gosh, I just knew it. Seriously, no. Everything in this says Bryan Kohberger wasn't there. This was not Bryan Kohberger because Bryan Kohberger is literally the opposite of somebody that would be described as short. And this was just a bunch of clickbait bullshit from a guilter who can't let it go. And her source? Are we serious, guys?
First of all, I've got to give a big shout out to the daggum truth. She's so sweet. She's the one who encouraged me to get all these videos to FOIA this incident.
For those of you that saw this, tell me down in the comments how your whole body reacted whenever she said that the daggum truth, aka crazy ass Gigi, was her source and her push to file these FOIAs. That now, yes, she has posted for people to see, but guess what? Under a paywall, behind the Patreon paywall. You know why? You know why they're behind a paywall? Because if she put them out here for free, she'd be found out to be even more of a fraud than I already actually think that she is. Instead, she puts them behind a paywall so that she can get paid up front by the people that she's scamming. Just like this clickbait ass title made it sound as if she actually found something that there was police reports and body cam footage of that had somehow not been gagged and sealed and hidden since like the beginning of this entire case, when in reality, after everyone finishes watching the video, they realize this isn't about Bryan at all. He wasn't there. There was no event. There was no proof that he was there. And this is not a tall person breaking into this home. It's a short person. Now, for those of you that didn't watch the body cam footage or don't know how the body cam footage ended, this case is still unsolved. They have a man by the last name Cruz and Bryan on the POIs now, but the Cruz guy was on there originally because he had been accused of doing something similar, like breaking into somebody's home to watch a woman sleep back in like May of 2017, if I remember what she said correctly, but he was never charged with anything because they didn't have any actual factual proof. So they've got a shorter male already as a person of interest, and then all of a sudden, 2 weeks or so after Bryan Kohberger gets arrested, they're putting this tall ass dude who was not even in the area also on there as a person of interest for what? Just because of the similarities? The descriptions were complete 180s. So what does the similarities matter whatsoever? This is complete crap. And the fact that somebody who wants to Bible thump and read scriptures at the end of every video can come out here and do this and still sleep at night, what does that really tell you about this person? I might be brass, I might be harsh, I might be a little bit of a bitch, but I'm not a liar and I'm not an exaggerator. I don't understand how people like this even exist, honestly. But then again, I don't really want to understand it. But I saw some of my subscribers and some of the people that I follow over on Twitter and that I talk about this case with over there commenting in her comments. And I was pretty just like grossed out by the whole thing. I went in, I showed you proof of the reasons why it's disgusting. I gave you reasons why none of it makes any sense because there's no proof, no nothing. It's just a bunch of clickbait vomit. It's gross. Seriously, I just don't understand these kinds of humans, but I want to know how you guys feel about the situation down in the comments. I don't want to hear I'm mean to somebody. No, I'm honest. I'm honest and I'm being truthful and I'm actually reflecting a lot of what the people in the comments are also feeling. It is what it is and I'm going to come out and be truthful and this was gross. What the hell even was this? I'm really just like, ugh. But I have Christmas lights to go watch with my kids, so let me know what you guys think about all this insanity down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you were not subscribed already, and please don't forget to make sure that your notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.